Good evening and welcome to Savage Universe. I'm JM and I have with me a man who needs no introductions. Jetty, welcome to the show. It is always good to talk with you. How are you doing tonight for me, early morning for you?
Oh, well, quite well considering the hour here. It's as it is 3 a.m. So if I fall asleep, just talk really loud
I
so
will.
I can. Yeah.
You're not lonely, are you? There's the
Uh,
old Matchbox 20 song. It's 3 a.m. I must be lonely.
oh
No,
no.
all right.
But I'm the only one awake in the house.
Okay, well, yeah, there you go. So we're here because I'm a huge fan of the City Guard Chronicles, and we've got some new City Guard Chronicles to talk about. I'll start putting links in the chat. Why don't you tell us about the new releases for the City Guard Chronicles?
Right. Uh, I've always wanted to do small cases, a collection of short savage tales from the city for the city guard. And but as I am quite late with the larger cases, I've decided to publish the individual small cases one by one for the time being. And as there is always a lot of inspiration, I'm not afraid that I won't have enough for the collection. So about 2 months ago, I've published the first one, the bank negotiations, which was inspired by a quote from The Fifth Element, actually. Anybody else wants to negotiate? If you
Anyone else want
remember.
to negotiate?
Yeah.
No, that's great.
Yeah. Well, well, the case is very different from anything from The Fifth Element, except for the negotiation, which can turn the way it was there. But I tried to include a lot of different Savage Worlds mechanics there. So there is a quick encounter. There is a social conflict and dramatic task as well. So it was well. It wasn't easy to include everything in 2 pages, but I think I managed. Well, and after I published the first one, I asked on my City Guard Chronicles Discord if I asked people what they would like to see as small cases, and some well, I thought maybe they say a sentence or two what they would like to see, but some actually wrote a paragraph almost uh, like the whole adventure. I mean, condensed.
Right.
So I said, "What the heck? Maybe I shouldn't be doing this only by myself." So I reached to two of the people who mentioned some ideas and asked them if they would like to write their small case. And James Abendroth, the author of the Void Runners, the something Empire. It's quite a difficult name for me to pronounce, but I'm not alone, I think. Who, by the way, is going to be the co-author of a larger case this year.
Awesome.
So he came up with the idea for what is now the second published small case, The Cat and the Rat. So we've put it together and published it like 14 days after the first one sheet. Then I was just reading some book where there was quite interesting chase, action-packed chase. And I thought, yeah, well, this is something that I could take and make a City Guard case from that. And I was like for a week or two, I was thinking, what shall I use? Should it be a chase or a dramatic task? And at that moment, the Sci-Fi Companion came out.
Yep.
At least the preview version. And when I saw the new mechanic there, which is well, I can't really remember now. Clash rules. Clash.
Yes.
When I saw it there, I said, "Well, that would be perfect for what I had in mind." So I've decided to use it. I mean, simplify it quite a lot because there are no starships there. Obviously, it's just a race through the city. But I think it went quite well from the feedback I had from people who run it. It works. So and someone, I'm not exactly sure who was it, but said that it really reminds him of the final scenes in Terminator 1.
Oh, very cool.
But
that sort of relentless
yes
push towards I really love that. I mean, just to wax eloquently for a second, right? Terminator 1 is kind of a quintessential horror movie, whereas Terminator 2 is an action movie. And like, I've always seen parallels, right? Alien, horror movie. Aliens, action movie. So that the Terminator just stalking after Reese. Yes, poor Reese. Crypt, right?
Yep, poor Reese. Well, actually, I haven't even thought about Terminator writing the runaway Bard, but it just when I thought about it, yeah, well, it kind of reminds me of the final scene in Terminator 1 as well. And well, there is one interesting thing. The person who playtested it, who is a longtime fan of Savage Worlds from Norway, who actually runs City Guard Chronicles as part of the Curse of the Crimson Throne.
Oh, very cool. That's a great way to tie that in. I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, well, he wrote about it on the Savage Worlds Facebook page, and I know about at least 2 other people who started running Curse of the Crimson Throne together with City Guard Chronicles.
Yeah.
And well, so he took this small case and decided to incorporate the Bard into the lore of the of Corvosa, I think is the town that it takes place in. And he created a song for the Bard. He wrote the words. Yeah, and he had the computer to create some music for it, but it's really great. So and it is the link for that is available somewhere in conversations about this case on both I think both Facebook and Discord. But
very cool.
So if anybody is interested, I have a permission to share that link.
Yeah, if you want to put it in the private chat, I can share it here on the show.
Well, I don't.
If you've got it handy, or Discord it to me, and I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah. Well, if you give me
I know
a moment,
I'm putting you on the spot here.
Yeah. I wasn't quite ready for that. So I
have links to both the Runaway Bard and the Swindling Guards in our chat.
Mm-hmm. Well, and while I'm oh, okay. I think I got it. So where shall I put it? In the private
Go ahead and
chat?
put it in our Discord, and I can copy it over.
In Discord?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, it's there.
All right. So this is the Bard song. Hey, Buff Dragon, from the City Guard in
What?
Curse of the Crimson Throne.
Yes. From the crossover.
All right, that is all right. We have shared it. Go check out this link to check out this awesome accompaniment for the Runaway Bard.
Yeah. All right, and so that's 3 cases, and the last one published so far, it is the Swindling Guard, and that's another one that it wasn't written entirely by me. I mean, it wasn't written by me. It was just edited by me, and it was written by well, let's call him Dr. B. It's a it's a pen name.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is about some guards are actually well, I'm looking for the rest. Well, as it is 3 a.m. here,
No, it's totally all right.
All the time. They are going around and trying to get money from people.
Right. They're running a protection racket when they should be serving the thief.
Yes, something like a protection racket. Yeah. But it's... Well, I won't talk more about that because
it's a one sheet. It's really hard not to talk about a one sheet without spoiling it because it's one sheet.
Yes. Well, anyway, as one of the people who's affected by this is a friend of a highly placed person in the guard. The squad has to investigate, and they have only the one night to find out who these guards are. As they, you can see the ring in the one sheet, and on the cover. Cover. It's cover only as far as the product page goes. So it's not a real cover. But anyway, you can see a ring there, and this ring belongs to the noble who lost it to those swindling guards.
Awesome.
So they have to recover it during one night.
Very cool. Well, we've also got some additional things coming out, and let me get it added to stage. And why don't you start talking to us about? Let's start off with this first one here: the case of the Mountain Light.
All right, the case of the Mountain Light is the next big case for the City Guards. It is shaping up to be the biggest case yet, mainly because with the published cases. The guards were investigated something that happened already. Mm-hmm. But in this case, the crime will happen during the adventure.
Oh.
Yeah. And guards are leaving the city for the first time. But people don't have to worry. They will return to the city, and a lot of the investigation will take place back in the city with a lot of new locations, a lot of new people to meet, and I'm really interested in hearing how this goes for different groups, because it doesn't have to be so clear-cut as the earlier cases.
Right, because crime, it's not that the crime has happened and you're just trying to piece it back together. This is something that's kind of evolving as you're playing.
Yes. And it will not be difficult to find out who did the crime, but the persons who do that, they are just an instrument. So the guard will have to find out who ordered the crime to be done. And well, this can turn out to be quite difficult. Well, we'll see once people start playing it. Actually, the Norwegian guy who created the song for the Bard, he also playtested this like 5 months ago, before it was before it was in a presentable state. And well, he had a great time playing it. So I hope that now, after some small adjustments, it will be it will be a nice adventure. And well, this adventure should have been published on February as part of the
Fast Fun Furious.
Yeah. Well, it turned out that it's too big an adventure to be created during a month. Cyril, who wrote it, he delivered it in February, but the editing and layout and a lot of stuff going on outside of writing it and working on it, just precluding me to publish it earlier. But within a week, I would say, it should see the light of Drive-Thru RPG.
Awesome. All right, so and our next one is for a few coins.
So this is a mini setting I've been, well, not actually working on, but thinking a lot about. As last October, I published Grimoire, or Grimoire. Well, it depends on how one reads it. Both are possible. And there is a monster hunter there. There is a witch hunter there. And this mini setting is perfect for them, and not just for them. It's perfect for any kind of bounty hunters, for anyone who wants to earn some coins. So the adventure here will be basically about going after either some criminals or some monsters or some deadly witches. And the way I imagine it and the way I want to do it, it's something like like a Guy Ritchie movie. Really fast, a lot of action, as opposed to City Guard Chronicles, where there is a lot of investigation.
Right.
This will be much more full of action, although some investigation will be needed in order to be prepared for the thing or the person they are actually hunting. And well, as when The Witcher 3 video game came out, there was a trailer for that, and it said this world doesn't need heroes, it needs a professional. So these people are the professionals the world needs, and they will not be heroes, not at all, at least the way that I mean, it will depend on the players, obviously, but these will not be bad guys, but they will not be good guys either.
Right.
So when I imagine the end of the adventure, I see them leaving a town where they successfully hunted whatever they had to hunt there, but the town is kind of burning behind them. because the collateral damage is
I can see it in my head. Like I've got a very clear image of what this would play out in my head.
and they do it just to earn some coins,
right? Yeah.
So, and this is this will probably be the cover for the first
I love it.
For first adventures for the mini setting. As of now, I want to do a short description of the mini setting with some special setting rules, with archetypes, and a few savage tales. And then follow up with one sheets afterwards, and maybe some larger adventures as well.
I love it. Like this is the kind of fantasy that I really I dig.
Well, me too. The only question is when I get to actually write it, because so far I have just some notes. I have more and more notes each, well, not each day, but each week. But there are some other things that I plan to do before that, or maybe concurrently with this. So I'm not promising any publishing date.
This is just things to be excited about. Now, what is Urban Heroes?
Urban Heroes.
I love the lineup. It feels very Usual Suspects.
Yes, that was the intention. These are fantasy, well, actually more like monster races, but monster races on par with the standard ancestries. So they will just have +2, and I want. This was inspired by a lot of urban fantasy. That's why Urban Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I'm working on that is that there will be some basic ancestry and a lot of edges to get these ancestries. All the abilities that they usually have when they are NPCs. Like that, there will be a shapeshifter werewolf probably there. Definitely a vampire, and the middle one is a troll. Because as people are playing City Guard Chronicles. They are well, some played in Corvosa, but some played in Ankh-Morpork.
Yes, that is where I would run it. If everything I've read about it, I'm just like, I just want Night Watch, guards, right? That whole the guards timeline. Where's John Doom? We're talking about Terry Pratchett. He should be here.
So the ancestries that will be here will certainly be at least these three, as they are in Guards. Well, not in Guards, but right. in the novels about the Night Watch.
Yes.
So they will be usable in City Guard Chronicles as well. Depending on the campaign setting that people use for that, but if they are using something like our Ankh-Morpork, then these certainly can be used there.
Awesome. Then we've got the Explorer's Log.
This actually should have been my first swag product. Back in 2019, this was the first one I started working on. But as I was adding stuff that I wanted to have there, it got kind of big, and and I was adding parts that I wanted to further work on, but I haven't finished it yet, as I did a lot of stuff instead of working on this. So my first Swag product actually was Wand Magic. And after I published that, I started working on the layout and design of Sprawl Runners.
Right.
After I finished that,
The projects just kept.
Yeah. Also, I had a 2-year hiatus when I wasn't able to do anything Savage Worlds or RPG related. So and when I came back, I started publishing City Guard Chronicles. So so this is in a state that it probably needs just a few days of writing to finish it. But as I am starting to have quite a lot of projects I want to work on, or I am actually working on. It's just being postponed.
Yeah.
But I would love to get it out. Also, some of the stuff I wrote almost 5 years ago will not be there, as the science fiction companion is out now. But most of what is already written is perfectly compatible with the science fiction companion.
Excellent.
Maybe with a few tweaks, but it's something different than what's in science fiction companion. As when I was writing it, I actually looked into the old science fiction companion, and I didn't want to have here anything that's already there. So, but the new one has so much stuff.
It's the largest companion they've put together,
Yeah.
and I think, like we were talking internally, right? Fantasy, while there are different genres of fantasy kind of means the same thing to most people, with like only a couple of standard deviations, between like sword and sorcery and high fantasy, right? But when we talk sci-fi, you've got everything from like Blade Runner to The Expanse to Star Trek to Star Wars, and it's
to Aliens,
right? Flash Gordon, John Carter. You've got like
whatever.
Sci-fi means so much more, and it's such a broader concept than fantasy sort of is. So they just kept going, oh, well, we need to make sure we cover this. Oh, we need to make sure we cover this.
And it just kept growing.
It sprawled, but it's a great companion. I'm very excited to have it.
Yeah, it is.
All right, and then we have Salt and Chrome, which I love this cover. Like, I love this cover. Like the colors, the way it's all put together. This is great.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, it's quite similar to some of the covers I already have, but more cyberpunky.
Yeah, the font choice is great here too. Tink says that, yes.
Yeah. And well, this is a large project I'm working on together with the co-author of the third City Guard Chronicles case, the Siren Song.
Yes.
And it is a cyberpunk mini setting and plot point campaign using Sprawl Runner's toolkit. This product, this Cyber Preview Edition, it will have only the first plot point adventure together with some Savage Tales. And I do hope that within a few months of publishing this, I aim to publish this before September.
Which we have to talk about as soon as we're done talking Salt and Chrome.
Yes. I do hope I manage that, but within a few months after that, the plot point campaign together with the mini setting will hopefully be released.
Very cool.
the Plotpon campaign is actually written. It just needs some editing, adding some
Little
stuff,
polish. Yeah.
polish, yes, and we have to write Savage Tales to accompany the plot points. Yeah, so we'll see what the release date is, but of the plot point campaign, this one will be released within a month.
Very cool. Well, and you brought up Swagtember, and I said we were going to try and keep it to 30 minutes, and we're almost, we're just a little over.
No problem.
Swagtember is coming, and we're going to have a Savage World Swagtember kickoff at the end of the month. But why don't you just kind of talk about what we've got set up already for it and what's coming?
All right. Well, as many people know, September is the anniversary of the SWAG program. This year, if I'm correct, this is the 6th anniversary, and that means...
I think that's right.
Yep. And that means the 6th Swagtember bundle, which is a collection of mostly new SWAG products that most of the ones that will be there will be the ones released during the last year, the ones that were not in previous bundles. And the orders of these products are on the Savage Worlds Discord, on the unofficial Savage Worlds Discord, where we discuss whatever we need to discuss in order to get it over the finish line. Yeah, so it is shaping up to be quite a large bundle. At this point, I obviously can't know how many titles will be there, but it's I think it's going to be quite a lot.
Well, and if you are a swag fanatic like John Doom, who is not here to defend himself, just know that like you're getting a great deal on the swag bundle, but also if you've purchased some of this stuff, you don't like the bundle gets cheaper based off how much you've already purchased.
Exactly, it works exactly the same as all the bundles on drive-through, and yeah, so all the products that people already have will be deducted. The price of those products. I mean not
the
exactly
discounted price, like whatever cost it is. Yeah.
Yes, the discounted price of those products will be deducted. And speaking of John Doom, I'm pretty sure John Doom will have his own product there as well.
Yes. And he's got another one coming out. I can't wait to have him on Savage Universe in September.
Yeah. Well, if he releases it in September, it will not be part of the bundle this year.
Right, but next year.
But next year. Exactly.
I know, James. I don't know where John is. I'm going to have to harass him on Discord and see what's up. Well, Jan, thank you so much for joining us. I don't want to keep you too long. I just wanted to say thank you. I'm so glad we've got the Small Cases article will go up. I may even stay up late to make sure it gets live tomorrow. Between sickness and travel and con, I've been slacking on my arterial duties, but the article's written. I just got to get it polished and put forward to Val. So look for it on Savage Universe, and it is always a pleasure to hang out. I love talking with you because we're like, hey, we're to talk about this stuff, and then here's a bunch of behind the scene things that we can show off for people. These are my favorite streams.
Okay, thank you for having me. And I hope to be here again for the Swagtember announcement.
It'll be earlier in the day for both of us. So
that would be great. That would be great.
And as I promised Mike last night, I'm going to put the link in the chat for his Kickstarter, which did end, but has a late pledge option. They actually got across the finish line for their final stretch goal. So all of that has gone out. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay gaming. Go out there and play some Savage Worlds, and may all your dice ace. Until next time, I'll see you guys next week for more Savage Universe.